Here's the video that shows you don't need to spend a lot of money to get into this great game. Actually the opposite. You could probably start making some money trying new clubs. I'm not quite sure what's going on. This is the best golf I've played all year. Guys, it's been about a week and they're here. The set is looking unreal. £260 I paid for this whole set, and we'll break them down in a minute. But I want you to comment down below, what's your favourite part about this set as you go through, and what do you want to see in terms of comparisons? For example, I want to go and test these Callaway wedges against the new Jaws wedge, see what kind of numbers. And I also listen to your comments. I made a few mistakes with this bag. It's definitely not perfect. This was supposed to be a beginner set for as cheap as I could get it, and £260 for the quality is very good. But I did listen. 3 wood potentially shouldn't have been in the bag, a 5 wood should have. Maybe didn't need a 4 iron or as many wedges. Maybe another hybrid could have gone in there. But this was a starting point, and basically I want to show you guys that you don't have to spend a fortune to get into this game, and you can still test and try really good equipment. This whole set, brand new, is definitely above £1,500. However, we've got it for absolute bargain. So let's go and play with them. Let's go and hit them. As I said, leave this video a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel and you want to win this equipment. As I said, these are going to be going away in a review that I've already done. So if you want to go and win those, leave a comment on that video. And these are all going to get tested one way or another. Small par 4 down here at Burford, number 13. There's the V-Steel, perfect little club for this tee shot. Now, you all made a good suggestion. Simon, why didn't you pick a 5 wood for a beginner set? Yes, good point. However, the old school 3 woods are definitely a lot more sharper, a lot more easier to get off the ground, and everything's so low spinning now because manufacturers just want distance, that actually they're quite difficult to hit off the ground, and I fit for a lot of 5 woods and 7 woods now rather than a 3 wood. That being said, this still might be a difficult club for a beginner to hit, but for £20 for the whole club, including delivery, can't really say no. It's going to be very easy for me to sell this on at £20. But let's talk in. Let's see if we can find a fairway. Absolutely crunch. I think it's very important to note that none of these clubs are anywhere near suited to me. If you give a tour player a lady set of clubs, they're still going to play a good standard of golf. And these clubs being mostly regular, different lies, different lofts, okay, it's not ideal, but I should still be able to play some good golf out here. Just to hit a 3 wood regular flex, absolutely nutted it. Yes, it spun a tiny bit too much. Yes, it went a tiny bit high, but at the end of the day, I'm in the fairway and I've gone 240 plus down the middle, leaving myself a nice little chip in. So ball down here, 40 yards left to the flag, as you can see. So that's gone a mile, but mainly because it was downwind and a nice high trajectory, it's going to take advantage of that. These I'm going to be interested with. £40 for the 3 of them, you can't go wrong. What I've learned over the years is this is the hardest club in the bag to get very good at, and this is the one that's going to help you score most. If I put this within 6 foot of the flag, I'm going to be saving shots. If I can't even hit the green, which is when I started and had very expensive wedges, Vokeys I believe, but I couldn't use them. It took so much time, technique, skill, practice to be able to use one of these, and Simon can use a £10 wedge now at the age of 28 a lot better than Simon could when he was 18 and had hundreds and hundreds of pounds worth of wedges. It's the technique, it's the hand, it's the timing. Let's see if we can put this one close. We'll definitely take that shot. By the way, that was the hardest shot ever for me to learn, especially in competition and practice. I'd send it out of the back, I'd duff it. It's taken me a long time to get the confidence to hit those shots. And notoriously, especially as I live in England, very rarely do I take anything more than a 52 degree to hit those shots. We're in a wet country, the greens are always going to be relatively receptive, and as you saw there, I had a lot of green to work with. So the quicker you learn a bump and run, even if it's with a 9 iron or pitching wedge, that's the easiest shot I could tell you that's going to save you shots. Get rid of the wrist action as much as you possibly can and basically just putt it all the way up there. This is probably the most emotional buy I had out of all of them. It looked unbelievable, and let's be honest, over the last 10 years, apart from the new Stroke Lab putters with the graphite shafts I quite like, putters haven't really changed that much, and a good quality milled putter is going to feel as good if it was 5 years old, as long as it's in really good condition, and this one is lovely. Now, I probably spent too much money on this. I don't think I could get more than £60 is basically what I paid for it. I don't think I can get more than that. However, it has a new grip, which is nice. It's got a nice head cover as well, and it looks great. Putting is all about confidence. I don't care if you bought a putt for £5 or £500, confidence is key. And if you're confident that you're going to hold putts from wherever you are on the green, that's going to be saving you shots rather than the grip, the technology, what shaft you've got going into the head, everything else in between. Can I just say, I've just noticed I made a birdie with a £20 3-wood, a £10 wedge, and arguably a very overpriced second-hand putter, but a 3 there, very nice. So hole 14, 376 yards. I'm going to get the big stick out. Probably not the play here if I was actually playing competitively. However, £30, Ben Ross. Ben Ross, great company anyway, and do good value clubs, regardless if they're second-hand or new, so you're going to get a better price if it's second-hand. Now, whoever had this, which I did notice, decided to put lead tape, which I'm guessing they were thinking is going to bring the CG back, which is going to give them higher launch. Controversial. I mean, I probably will take that straight off. However, we'll give it a hit. 12 degrees, regular flex, definitely not suited for me. Playing a low slide, I'm going to tee it low, try and hit it low, because this launch is not going to be well suited to me. However, for a beginner, great driver. The more movable weights a head has in it, like a TaylorMade M1, whatever, the harder it is going to get that ball in the air, and less forgiving. So I recommend, if you're starting the game and you want to buy a second-hand driver, just pick anything that hasn't got movable weights, and hopefully someone that hasn't stuck lead tape on the back of the head as well. Anyway, let's see if we can find a fairway, keep this birdie train going. I've just hit it straight down the middle and didn't press record. Let's hit another one. Straight down the middle and didn't press record.
You didn't even record the second one, you absolute muppet. Sorry about that.
So the advantage of having a very high lofted and spinny drive, especially for myself, is that if I hit a bad one, it's not going to be that bad because that backspin swallows any side spin. I hit a very weak knockdown cut shot, which is basically the same club head speed of a player that would use this, and all it's done is thrown it up in the air. Yes, I've lost distance, but I've just hit 2 shots down the middle, and on a hole that just needs placement rather than distance, that is key. Right, drive number 2 down here behind me, drive number 1 just up there, so quite close to each other. However, in the fairway, so a lot better. Again, that placement, trying to find the short stuff, is going to save shots in the long run. Right, get to try these irons now, let me show you. So again, one of the mistakes is getting these irons for a beginner because they are quite small. However, what I tried to say was, the smaller the head, the more you're going to focus. And yes, it's not going to help you in the short run, but focusing on hitting a smaller headed iron and getting the center more consistently is going to help improve your technique and game overall, and especially in the long term. Now, there's a few nicks and there's a few dents. However, I got 4 to pitch and wedge, 4 to a wedge, sorry, so a lot of clubs. And also I got these align grips on the end of them, which are pretty much brand new, and if you don't know, they're about 10 to 15 pounds a grip, and I paid £100 for the whole set. So great value, great bargain. I could sell that set, I believe, for £180, no problem, no questions asked. Again, as you've seen with the other equipment, there's a lot of value, and I could play with this set for a year and sell it easily for the same amount of money I bought it for, and if I wanted to wait a bit longer, I could probably make 100 quid on the lot. Anyway, ball 145 yards to the flag. I'm going to try and hit a nice soft 9-iron, see if we can get a nice birdie or hopefully even a par. I'm not quite sure what's going on. This is the best golf I've played all year. Now, if you notice, there's one club that I've used twice throughout these holes, and that's my putter. So if you're going to spend any money on clubs, spend it on your putter. Take a bit of pride. Everyone that I start teaching goes, yeah, my putting's quite good. Well, in reality, I don't think you understand what quite good actually is. And a lot of people that are still 3-putting out on the golf course, that's costing you more than that errant drive that goes into the trees and you have to chip out. Look at your putts, look at your stats, take some pride in it. So guys, there you have it. £260 worth of second-hand clubs. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think I got a good deal? What is your favorite choice out of the bag here? And obviously I'll be making reviews or comparisons on all these clubs, and if you want to win them, just leave a comment and like that video when it finally does come out. Guys, thank you for watching. See you later.